I'm Adam East, up on staff at Linglestown Life, and what I hope will be a great experience for you over the next few minutes, not only here, but in some videos to come, a great new way, I think, of doing some time of training and instruction that will not necessarily put a damper on your schedule and make everyone feel cool and confident as we get ready to do small groups in a new and different way. Now, with What on Earth Are We Here For coming up this fall at Linglestown Life, we've done a number of new and different things when it comes to small group ministry. And one of those things is to refer to them instead of small groups, but book discussion groups, a term that people are familiar with, whether they're in the church, outside of the church. And in essence, that's what we're going to be doing here this fall. Now, to add to that, we're going to do these videos to help you feel more confident, ready to go, and know exactly what it is you've gotten yourself into when it comes to being what we're calling point partnerships or partnerships for each book discussion group. Now, this video here is going to be a general sort of covering and touching the different areas of what all goes into being a part of a book discussion group. And then coming up, we're going to be releasing more and more videos that take a look at these and each success at each way, getting more details in terms of some various aspects of book discussion groups. Now, I appreciate your patience. As I said, this is a new thing, and so we're hoping this works out for what we would like to accomplish here without putting another thing on your schedule, without adding something else to you, but way for you at your own leisure, when you have your own free time, to pop it, to get on your computer, to get on YouTube, get on your phone, tablet, whatever, and get some training and feel like you know what's going to happen and what's coming up. Now, first, many people have asked this, okay, when we talked about partnering up with somebody to help put together and form a book discussion group, what does that mean? What all goes into that? And well, really, you're going to be overseeing a couple of different things. First, you're going to have oversight over hosting, and that'll be a video will be coming up here. You're going to have oversight over book discussion, making sure that happens. And finally, you'll have oversight over communication, a way for the church to touch base with each group, and a way for each group to touch base with the church so we can talk back and forth together, as there are just a number of different groups out there. Now, each of those things will have their own video, as I said. I'm hoping that as we put these on YouTube, we can post in some links below in the description, and that'll take you right to these other videos as we get them ready and set up, and again, uploaded to YouTube as well. The links will also be on our church webpage, linglestownlife.org, and look for the What on Earth tab, and we'll have some links there as well. Now, until you get there, until the groups, what are we supposed to be doing now? Because there's several weeks now until we actually launch this. That doesn't mean you can just sit around and twiddle your thumbs. There's some things you can do right this very moment to make sure you have success in these book discussion groups. One of those things is recruiting members. Now, of course, the church will be having some times before and after services in September to have people sign up for different groups. And that's great, but what's going to really make people sign up, what's going to really fill your group up, what's going to really make a difference is that personal invitation. And as much as Pastor George or myself or other staff persons can stand up in front of folks at church and invite them, nothing beats somebody going one-on-one to somebody else, or two-on-two, or going from one couple to another couple and inviting them to their group. And so right now, that's what you should be focused on more than anything, perhaps, is looking around, seeing, looking at who is going to be a good fit with the group that you already are thinking of putting together. People people you might have a familiarity with, people that might fit your family situation, your address, your neighborhood, your workplace, those kind of things, and inviting them to the group that you and your partner are putting together. And that's something that you can do right this very moment. As you do that, there are some logistical things you might want to keep in mind, and some things that you're going to need to decide on as partners together. You're going to need to decide on a day and a time. Okay, what day of the week will you guys get together? What time will you guys get together? What location will you get together at? Will you get together at the church? Will it happen in somebody's home? Will it happen at work in sort of a break room atmosphere? How often will you guys get together? Will you meet every week? That's our suggestion. There's a lot that goes into this. There's a daily reading with What on Earth Am I Here For? So every day there will be about 3 to 4 pages that each person is going to be expected to read, and then that's 6 or 7 readings for each time you get together. To go every other week, it's not impossible, but it's an awful lot of material to go through in one sitting. And so our suggestion is to, if at all possible, meet every week. Now, if that's not possible and the choice is you don't meet at all or you meet every other week, then please meet every other week. Whatever it takes to get your group to meet and get together and talk about what a life-changing book, What on Earth Am I Here For, is going to be. And finally, again, understand who is going to be in your group. We talked about that just a second ago. Recruiting now for who you want to be in your group and make that invitation. Understand who those people are. Get to know them a little bit over the coming weeks. And decide if you're going to meet a time or two before the series actually begins, so you guys can get together, get familiarized yourselves, make it just a pure social time to get together and just find out who each other are if you're not real familiar, or if some people aren't familiar with other people, and just use that time to get to know each other a little bit. Now, as I said, there are other videos coming, and they should be up relatively soon to this one. The first one we're going to look at after this one is hosting. What goes into making whatever location you're going to choose for your book discussion group? What goes into making it a great host location? What goes into being a great host for a book discussion group? The second thing, the second video, we'll be talking about the actual discussion, okay? And so as you and your partner get together and you decide, okay, well, these are the things that we have to oversee. Well, one person or one group of people need to look at hosting and take care of that. Somebody needs to take care of book discussion, make sure they're looking at the materials, making sure they're ready to go. And if you want, that can even be divvied up, but depending on the week. And sometimes I'm sure groups will do that depending on whether or not they can attend all sorts of different family activities that might conflict from time to time. And again, the last video we'll be talking about communication, and so you may want to look again at how you're going to divvy that up. Okay, who's going to be the point of contact between your group and the church, which will primarily be myself. And so I need to know that, and so I know as we start to filter these things out, as we start to get questions, as we start going along here, that as we might be aware of certain things, that I can touch base with you, and all sorts of different things, okay? And then finally, a video that we'll be releasing down the road, partway through the series, will be what's next, okay? As you start getting together, you get 3 or 4 weeks into this, and you only have 3 or 4 weeks left, the question then becomes, what do we do next? Now, our hope, our prayer is that these groups will not end when What on Earth Am I Here For ends. Our hope, our prayer is that these groups that start this fall will continue on in some way, shape, or form long after we've finished reading this book, long after we've closed the book on What on Earth Am I Here For. These groups will still be meeting, still growing together, still becoming disciples of Christ together, as we learn more and more what it means to love God and love others here at Linglestown Life. And we feel firmly at Linglestown Life that the best way to do that is in a group together. And so our hope is that these book discussion groups will spin into something more down the road. And so we're going to talk about that in a video in a few weeks here, in about maybe about a month from now. Okay. And so with that, that's all I have as far as general information goes. Again, look on the other links, look on the links down below on YouTube or on our webpage, and we'll talk some more about some of these specific areas of oversight that you and your partner will be overseeing together. And so we'll see you soon on another video.